to your house.
What? I went all kind of natural, neutral this year. Lots of fresh elements, fruit, greenery.
Yeah.
Not a lot of like traditional Christmas decor, so we'll see.
Hey guys, it's Shelby and Michelle with Farmhouse Living and welcome back to our channel. We are on video 3 of our Rockwall Holiday Home Tour series where we're sharing some really amazing Christmas home tours that we saw at the Rockwall Holiday Home Tour.
Right, what was so fun was that some of you guys had followed us from last year and literally came from far away to see the Rockwall Holiday Home Tour.
Yeah.
And it didn't disappoint.
No, I thought it was really neat that you guys were excited to see it in person after seeing it in video, because this is the 4th or 5th year we've shared. I've lost count. So the cool thing about this, so if you've watched the other two, the difference between this video is you've already seen an everyday home tour on our YouTube channel, but the next thing is I saw so many people I knew that I got video footage of them in the home, and then I saw subscribers and you guys were willing to give your insight too. So I just captured people's different favorite moments, and so I'll be able to share that too. Okay, what's your favorite part of the house?
The favorite part was the kitchen area and the little sitting area and dining area. It is a dreamy place. I would live there.
I know.
I would live there.
Let's go, Arlene. Let's just go moving in.
I want it. I want it.
Nice to meet you. So let's kick it off, Mom. This is Stephanie's home. Stephanie and her Instagram is Blooming Ivy Lane. We have toured her original home for Christmas, or her previous home for Christmas, and this is her new home. And then, of course, you saw it every day. Y'all went nuts. And this is a very different approach to Christmas. And Mom, you're giving a little preview of your Christmas decor.
Well, let me just say, I am no Stephanie Benedetto, but yes, I think Stephanie and I were on the same track because we decided to go natural with lots of
Earthy
elements, dried things, as well as fruits and nuts. And just this, I think a lot of people did that this year, where they took everyday items.
Like a harvest.
A harvest Christmas. Wow. And so
guys, she was so impressed right there.
I was like, that's the way to describe it. It was a harvest Christmas where so many elements were from nature.
Yeah. So when you walk up to Stephanie's house, her exterior is beautiful, and you walk up to her front door, and I couldn't even believe it, because she was in progress when we came originally, and she had made this, what do you even call it?
It was just a fresh bouquet of florals. Well, some of it was dried, hydrangeas, and she used fresh white roses, dozens and dozens of roses that she picked up just
at the grocery store for very inexpensively
$1 a stem. But it was so over the top. And fun fact about that, the next day when we got there, Stephanie was still in her pajamas right before the tour, because that half of it had fallen down. And so she had to put it back up, and I think she should leave it up all year.
All year. There's no reason to take it down.
Never.
It's amazing. Even when it's dead, I think it'll look good.
Yes.
So she just did. And so she was inspired by a shop in New York. I can't remember which shop, but I just thought that was so neat that she was just out and about and took that inspiration rather than it being from Pinterest or Instagram and just, you know, home decor. We always really encourage you to look outside of the box, and that was a great example of that.
Yes.
So you go into her entry and you saw a beautiful staircase with garland, and then you walk into the living room, and the cool thing about it was the first thing you see is her tree, and it is done exactly like her old house.
Yes, and she is a little over the top with the tree. You know, it's a lot of decor and a lot of items, but it's just a very traditional and super sweet tree.
Yeah, I like that all the ornaments look vintage. I think that's really cool. Then you go to her mantle, and she has hydrangeas stuffed in the evergreen, which you
I got some of her leftovers and brought it home and put it in because I hadn't finished my mantle and I hadn't gone to get flowers. But that I was going the same place she was, just not as over the top.
Exactly.
So she shared and it was super sweet.
Yeah, and then she had a garland, like draping from the artwork on a hutch. And I just thought that was really cool because it's not the most conventional place or way to drape a garland. And it just was really simple, really, I felt like sophisticated, but also whimsical. She decorated her coffee table with little like walnuts and small vintage accents. So
lots of dried oranges.
Lots of dried oranges.
Which we're seeing again, we've talked about that. So much citrus.
Yeah.
Everywhere this year.
Yep. And then, of course, you go to the kitchen and what do you call that room in the middle?
That is a keeping room.
Okay.
And it is the most stunning thing because you come around the corner and there is hops.
Yeah.
Lining draping on the floor, lining the wall, across the mantle, and then up.
Yeah.
And we did that before, but it's like
this is not. Yeah.
This is hops.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, you know? And we didn't even know what to say when we walked in. No, we were just like, it just was so unexpected because it's not evergreen, but it still felt so seasonal and so Christmassy. Well, it's green. Hops are green.
Well, and it's just not, it's not traditional.
No, it's definitely not. But fun fact, she actually ordered that hops in bulk and it was like just $100 or something. Not expensive at all. Massive box of hops.
She had it all over her house. That was not the only spot.
Well, she got so much hops that she just spread it around.
Everywhere. And then you'll see her little dining area to the left of that. And it's really sweet and just little sprigs. So she kept everything pretty simple there and let that fireplace be the statement. And then you go into the kitchen and she just has also small layers of Christmas. I wouldn't call it minimal, but it definitely wasn't over the top. So she let that fireplace be.
And much like Stephanie's mom, Stephanie also decorated with food. We do that too, a lot with food, but she had baguettes of bread and her great friend Jenny came and she had baked some things. And so it was all things that they would eat later. But, you know, there was just a lot of abundance of pears and fruit and food and just fun.
Speaking of Jenny, we toured Jenny's home for Christmas last year. She was on our Rockwall Holiday Home Tour video, and I had her share not only her favorite thing about Stephanie's home, but also the updates that she's made in her home. So we will go to those clips. Okay, Jenny, you've been in the Farmhouse Living Christmas Home Tour series.
Yes.
What's your favorite of this house?
Oh, my favorite of this house. I think all of the natural elements that Stephanie used. The hops garland, which I had never really seen like real hops in real life. I've always seen the artificial from like Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
So the fact that Stephanie found real dried hops garland and incorporated it throughout the house, it just gives it an elevated natural element. I love it. I love all the dried natural things that she used.
Yeah. Have anything new in your Christmas house?
Oh, in my Christmas house.
Well, really in your house, you're doing an addition.
We're doing an addition, so we're in the process of building that and finishing that. We're still doing all the behind the wall stuff. So we don't have the walls up yet completely, finishing up plumbing and electrical, but it's almost, it's almost on its way. Yes. Okay. Yes. My husband was like, I really want to do the home tour next year. I was like, do you?
Yes. So,
easier said than done.
Yeah, so
but
Farmhouse Living Tour and Rockwall Holiday Home Tour.
Yes.
That's your goal.
Yes, that is. That is a good goal, like to work towards. Yes, for sure.
So I have convinced Jenny that we are going to go back to her home when she's done with her addition, because she has a good one. Yeah. It's very inspiring. And then also in the kitchen, we ran into our friend Maddie, who we toured last year for Christmas. And she was also on the Rockwall Holiday Home Tour, and she is building a new house. So basically she had a notepad going around Stephanie's house.
Taking notes.
And so we'll pop to what she said.
Sink, that's incredible.
It's really cute.
Shelba. Oh, what do you think? I'm drooling.
I know. What is your favorite part of the house?
You can't answer that.
You can't?
I think I love the what I'm noticing so far is the viewpoints. So out the windows, she has certain, because I'm building right now, so I'm learning about that.
Yeah.
Certain like what's it called? Like
your house placement and your windows.
yeah, but like, you know, you look and like that's a beautiful view. You look and that's a beautiful view. That's very well thought out.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And these other homes that just get built so fast, they don't think about that kind of thing. So I appreciate that. You can tell she took a lot of time in doing that.
Yeah.
I'm just,
I know.
I'm
Blown
done.
away.
I just want to pick her brain about everything.
I know. You're lucky to be building a house though, because there's so much colors out here.
Outside?
Yeah.
She wants to copy everything.
I got it somewhere too, Maddie.
She's okay with it. I'm like, this is the exact color palettes I want.
Okay, well,
So also the next thing in her home that was spruced up for Christmas was her butler's pantry. Stephanie's mom has a stunning butler's pantry. Stephanie has a amazing butler's pantry, and now I need a butler's pantry.
You know, I've been thinking about blowing out the dog room. And I don't know where the dogs will live, but maybe it needs to be a butler's pantry.
Yeah, maybe my guest room. I don't know. No more guests, just a butler's
Just
pantry.
a butler's pantry.
They're just so fun to see the design elements. So now let's talk about her bedroom, which I keep saying simple. It's not. It's,
Well, the thing is, when you come in, it feels simple and sophisticated, but her attention to detail is off the charts. And so everywhere, if you look closely, you'll see in the background are those elements that make the space what it is. Like, I mean, just from moldings and vintage pieces of decor, and just everywhere you look, there's just charm and an abundance of thought.
Yeah. I love Christmas in a bedroom space. I'm not so much, I did nothing in my primary bedroom, but
A live tree that's undecorated is the perfect touch, because it doesn't take a lot of effort. You just bring it in, you plop it down, and voila, you've got Christmas in the bedroom.
yes. And I also want to bring up, she has this like outdoor indoor living situation off of her primary bedroom, and it has this beautiful fireplace, and I mean, it's perfectly decorated for Christmas. And during the tour, she pulled down the screen, so it's kind of like it is a screened-in porch, but it also opens up, so it's beautiful and amazing. And
Yes, and that's something that your husband coveted.
yes,
He wants to bulldoze the house for a screened porch.
yeah, there's something about that outdoor indoor living that's
Something
just
about it.
magical. So if you took the tour the first time, you know that you go through the primary bedroom into the primary bath, and that leads into the wardrobe and the laundry room. So she didn't have that much Christmas in those spaces, but what she did have that I loved was like a little picture of the cat over the cat litter box entry area, and then she had a wreath on a basket of laundry, which
Yeah, and Stephanie is a DIYer. She made the little cat shadow picture.
Yeah.
And she, I mean, had just the right amount of touches that you would want in a laundry space and a closet.
Yeah.
And because honestly, y'all, the space is stunning on its own.
yeah, you don't need it.
You don't need anything.
Yeah.
And so that was another thing we did find this year, is people didn't over decorate like they always do. They just added some whimsy and some touches.
Yeah.
I think, you know, even our friend Vicky, who goes over the top, she didn't do as much as normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just the thoughtful details. It might encourage you to do laundry and enjoy the space.
Right.
So the next space that we're going to go into is her daughter's room. All of her kids are actually in college, and so they're really basically empty nesters, but every kid has a space to come home to and enjoy. And her daughter's room, you would have trouble getting me out.
Absolutely. I've said it before, but that's probably one of my favorite rooms in the house. It's quaint and sweet and just precious. And I was there. I said, "Oh, Stephanie, let me help. I can do something," while she was finishing up some details. And she handed me a bundle of eucalyptus with a pretty silk ribbon and said, "Can you hang this over the shower
Yeah, the shower faucet.
faucets. And, you know, that's something you can leave, and it just, if you're taking a warm shower, that just steams and smells so good. So again, not just for Christmas, all year long.
Yeah, there's also Christmas trees in the shower and greenery on the vanity. That bathroom is just absolutely dreamy. So then you go upstairs. She has this little landing that was not going to be a part of that. I guess they were going to be dormers. I can't remember what she said. And they opened it up and made it an actual sitting area. Like I said in the first video, in Stephanie's mom's video, now that I'm looking at new build homes, I'm just going to focus on like where can I pop a squat and drink coffee, and that is a dreamy spot to do that.
Read a book.
Yes, read a book, drink some coffee. The wallpaper. I need to get the source for them. Hopefully, I will have a source for that wallpaper because that's probably been my most requested. But you see, she decided simple touches. There's actually little hops elements on that hutch right there. I saw that. Mm-hmm. And then you go into her son's room, which had kind of like an American theme, and they had she had a flocked tree right in the little, you know, vault of the ceilings. She actually incorporated a lot of Christmas details in the kids' rooms as well. You go to her next son's room, and it also had a good amount of Christmas like greenery on the little bookshelf that when you walk in, and everyone was going wild about the buffalo head again. People love that buffalo head. The
buffalo head's awesome. And another fun fact about Stephanie is that she also has a woods behind her house that she chops down evergreen. So that's not just all purchased items. I mean, at the very last minute, she was out there chopping down evergreen for the common area in between the kids' rooms so that she could have a really tall vase of evergreen to make a statement. So that's free.
Yeah, it's free. And a lot of this Christmas that we're looking at, like we said, we've done Stephanie's Christmas home. Actually, this is our third time. 2 of her last home and then once of this time. So they're not just in individual videos, so they're like it was, her home was featured with many homes in one video, so I will link those down below, but you'll see a lot of the same things. So she's been collecting and using the same decor for a long time, but just using it in different spots,
different ways.
Except for her tree. I mean, it literally looked copy and paste, which is crazy because it was so full, you know?
Yeah, but maybe that's, you know, a tradition for them.
Yeah.
That tree. I don't know.
But it looked amazing.
Love it.
Looked so good. So if you want photos or you want to slowly take in more information, Mom is going to. You haven't yet.
I haven't yet.
She's going to write a beautiful blog post with the beautiful photos that we took at the tour, and that will be linked in cards. I'm going to try to gather some shopping links from her home for that blog post as well. Most of Stephanie's home is collected from estate sales. So you should be encouraged that although it looks expensive, she has some
cost-effective items.
Yes, yeah. She has really treasure hunted to make that look that way. Yeah. And so we will have all of that. If this is your first home to see in this series, we have 4 more, and so I will also link those in a pinned comment down below.
Yeah, and thank you, friends, for coming out. We met so many people who, like we said, have watched the videos and seen these homes and decided to come on the tour. And so we've interviewed them, and we'll put some of that together for you, a little montage. And we just love sharing this with you guys, and we hope you'll share it with your family and friends too.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.